It's important to plan your RES Automation Manager deployment. Of particular note is the dispatchers and the connectivity to the back-end data store. A simple deployment, as depicted here, of 50 agents with one dispatcher can very simply talk to the data store in the same local area network. This is highly scalable. Increasing the deployment to 450 agents means that all I need to do is simply add a couple more dispatchers to the mix. This leverages the traditional dispatcher model that is inherent in Automation Manager by default. In a more complex model, such as a sub-department working across a wide area network, we have the ability to leverage the master dispatcher model. In the example depicted here, my 200 agents in the Amsterdam office talk back to the data store over the wide area network via a single master dispatcher. The master dispatcher mechanism gives us the utmost flexibility. Let's have a look at how we configure the master dispatcher. In the Automation Manager console under Engines, as you can see here, I've currently got a single dispatcher. All of the agents are currently honed to this dispatcher. And what I'd like to do now is add a master dispatcher. So in the usual way, let's add a second dispatcher. In the right-hand pane, right-click and select Add. And browse for the target computer that you'd like to make a dispatcher. Simply click Deploy Now. Now I'm going to minimize the console and stop the newly installed dispatcher service from running. Next, we're going to run regedit and traverse to HKey Local Machine, Software, RES, Automation Manager, Dispatcher. Under Dispatcher, I'm going to create a new dword value. The value name will be Dispatcher Port. And under Value Data, I'll enter the port number that I want my master dispatcher to communicate to other dispatchers on. In this example, I'm going to enter 3164. The dispatcher normally communicates on port 3163. By using a different port, it means that the master dispatcher will not have the ability to communicate with agents. Now we can close regedit and restart the service. Now let's turn to the original dispatcher. In this example, it's running on the Server 2003 box. In the same way, we're going to stop the service and go to regedit. Let's navigate to HKey Local Machine, Software, RES, Automation Manager, Dispatcher. First, let's enter a new string value. The value name will be Master Cache Dispatcher List. And the value data will be the IP address of my master dispatcher. The final stage is to create a new dword value with the name Master Cache Dispatcher Port. And the value data will be the port that we communicate to the master dispatcher on. In my example, port 3164. Close regedit and restart the service. Let's now go back to the Automation Manager console and run a test to make sure everything's working okay. Let's go to Modules and Schedule to install Foxit Reader. When the job's begun, we can go to Current Activity to view the progress. And when it's complete, we can review under Job Results. Finally, let's go across to the workstation and confirm that the application's been successfully installed. Perfect, we now have a master dispatcher online, and we can bring in more branch offices.